What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BT17 and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG like we do every week. Sorry guys, it's not on Friday. I couldn't even get to swing Saturday. We just got back from camping, so Saturday was a little bit crazy. I was hoping to do one then, but just didn't pan out. So we're going to start with a Sunday market analysis because of my vacation time. So hopefully you guys don't mind, and we're going to go through some of these prices and look at some of these cards so we can figure out what's new with the Digimon market. I've been away from a week. I did pretty good with the content, I feel. I only missed Thursday and Saturday, so we're going to try and get some more content sprinkled in there to make up for those days, because I do like those daily uploads, and I really appreciate your guys' support with the subscriber base, and the comments has been phenomenal since I went to daily uploads. So anyways, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about prices, and hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Alright, starting here, we're starting with the new tournament pack cards, which have a winner pack version and a non-winner pack version. Obviously, the participation stuff's pretty cheap. Looking here, mostly under $4 for, $4 or $5 for each one. Whereas the winner pack cards being more, starting with this guy being up here at $15. I haven't even got any of my tournament kits yet. It's been a really kind of a crapshoot to get tournament kits from our distributor, which is funny because this happens every couple months. It goes smooth, and then just nothing. So now we have the July to September packs, and you can see here Minomon, Recharge plugin being the top contenders, a couple other ones, and then everything else is pretty cheap after that. Yeah, so tournament pack cards. So I mean, like, if you want the hollow ones, you got to get the winner pack ones. If you just want regular plain cards, then you can just aim for the participant ones, and they're actually quite cheap. So we'll start with that. Looking at Ultimate Cup cards again, Burning Gray, I've seen it's not really a price drop. So somebody is selling for like under 100, which if this one sells, I think that bring the price way down. You see right here, the last one on the 21st was about 140, which is a little bit lower than usual. So I think people are trying to get rid of this card now that we're getting to the end of the Ultimate Cup thing. So you'll start seeing them move for less. This card might, if this sells, this card will probably start selling for under 100. Goonimon's right down there, like 35 bucks, now down to 23 last sold. So yeah, this card's come down quite a bit from the original. And Flamemon, of course, is now like $15 to $18. So not even necessarily worth your, used to pay for your, more than pay for your entry, doesn't do that anymore. Mastimon, low pull rate, still the best low pull rate, I think, to date of Infernal Ascension, and probably one of the best ones right now in general. There are some other good ones too, but like the Magnamon X-Antibody, I think is still like 600 bucks, but still this card's still up there. Last sold 451, but still trending at about 360 to 350, which is where I sold mine for. So yeah, no, it's still holding strong. And the Mirai from the same set has actually come down quite a bit. It has spiked back up, but I mean, I didn't even notice. Yeah, so like here, spiked back up. But I mean, last sold it's at 71. So I mean, it's the funny thing with that is it's almost the same price, if not lower, than the Lucamon. Oh, not the Lucamon Chaos mode, which is still up there at around 70 bucks. It's gone down a couple bucks, but not much. It's maintaining great value. So this is a card you guys want to sell right away, because eventually it's going to drop. There's a lot of hype, I think, for BT18 with Lucamon Satan mode and more Lucamon cards and being able to actually build a Lucamon deck at that point. So I definitely think that it's probably going to stay up there, but the hype will drop. So it's a good time to sell right now. And then this, I don't know how much further that's going to go down. I could see it maybe hitting the $50 mark, but I think it probably stay up above 60. And just in general, because Mastimon cards are popular. We have this Lucamon. It's seen a bit of a decline here, but it's actually started to come back up. So you gotta watch this one. If it gets over $40, say, you know, it doesn't take that long, 3 listings, and then it's over $40. So I could see this popping off again. So if you need your copies, you might want to look around. You might be able to get some for 35, basically. So depending where you're going from. And then, yeah, he's expensive as all hell. And then his super is still the best, one of the best super pulls you can get at $24. So if you're still buying this set, BT17 is coming out next week. Or, well, pre-release is coming out next week. So sell these guys right now before the hype is gone. Beelzemon's actually cooled off a little bit. You can see here it was over 50, 54, 55. It's actually kind of cooled off back a little bit below 50. So I think this will start to cool off a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to go back down to where we saw him at 30 right away, but I could see it getting down to 40 within the next couple weeks. Ogudamon's just fallen off here. $30 for the other alt secret of the set. I could see this going down to 25. So maybe wait to pick up your copies. Cherubimon is actually seeing a big fluctuation here. We had it down near $16. It's back up to 25, which is closer to its starting point, which I think was like 30 bucks. So, and that's because I think of the Antilamon in the next set is going to be really important to making the deck more viable competitively. So I think that this is a card, if you want to play this next format, this is a card you want to look around for right now, because I think it could go up a little bit more. I think you could see it back at $30, depending on how popular it is. We have our old Ancients, getting ready for our new Ancients. They're not that expensive, you know, 16 bucks. I think the other one's 8 bucks. I don't know if you play. I know you probably play maybe a couple copies of this in the red hybrid. I don't know about blue hybrid with this guy, but definitely cards you could pick up as long as you can find copies of them. Definitely cards you could pick up for cheap. They've gone down quite a bit. We have the Imperial Dramon, low pull rate dragon mode from BT16. I think it's like an English exclusive. I think that this card looks great. It's just unfortunate that they made it a low pull rate and not just a regular alt, especially since it doesn't have the special promo here. So this is kind of unfortunate. So this card has kind of been trending around $200 since it came out. A little bit less, you know, we see one sold for $190. You need at least 2, maybe probably 2 copies on average, maybe 3, if you're going to play Imperial Dramon. The nice thing is that they're giving us another copy in a tournament pack card in Wave 3 Regionals kit. So that's really great. We're getting another alt, basically, of this to, you know. So, I mean, I'm interested to see if this comes down because of that and how much it'll come down. Like, will it come down to 150? Will it go lower? Like, I'm just interested in seeing what happens when we get that Wave 3 tournament pack card, which is going to be in September. So it's not too far off. Of course, you have the other alt, the Imperial Dramon Ace, which is important to the deck. It's kind of capped off here, but it's back up at $30 from like it was 20. It was like 20 and then 25, and now it's back up at 30. This is an important card for the deck. Yeah, I could see this going up a little bit more once we get Paladin mode. If this deck continues to top, I could see this probably just going up a little bit more, but not too much more than it is right now. This isn't like, this is the Pael Dramon and the Davis Ken are the cards that are really expensive alts in the set, but this is still a really great card, and fighter mode's just really good, and you're always going to play them. And then you see, have a look at the other Imperial Dramons. I thought this was funny. The alt fighter mode for the purple-red variant is less than the regular, which is funny. Not surprising, though, EX sets being what they are. It's sometimes harder to pull the secret than it is to pull the alt. What do you know, right? So that's just kind of funny. I do really want to build a purple-red variant because I really like it. Really cool cards, and especially with the Dino B, there's some good. I've seen some good ideas out there. Unfortunately, it's just not as consistent as all the cards we have for blue-green. Ukamon's kind of tapered off, but you can kind of see a slight rise here. Last sold 45. Couple copies sell and you're back up to $50. So this is a card that I think will always be expensive unless the Ukamon line gets hit, which is a lot of people's prediction for the format. Basically, a lot of people think that this card's going to get hit to taper in Numamon. And other decks too that really make use of not caring about their level 3s. We got Fenrir here. We got new Fenrir support. I don't know if the old Fenrir is going to be any good. You can see the alt's down to $13. We have the champion card from the regionals pack being super expensive, but like the participant, the finalists, pretty much the same, or the price as the the finalists is pretty much the same price as the alt, and then and then the regular is just $1. It'll be interesting to see if this card goes up in price, if it's going to be played in the deck. I know you got a new one here, as well as you got the new secret. I don't even know if you need to play this guy in the deck. So if you're looking to build a more traditional deck and you don't need this guy for the new variant, then I think he's going to go down and be a good time to buy. But interesting to see if you do need him and if that'll increase the price a little bit, because right now it's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. We got the Shine Greymon line. We're looking at Shine because it's another viable deck in BT17. These cards, pretty much a lot of them are pretty affordable. You look at some of the alts, they're pretty cheap. We're going to have the new Ultimate Cup card line release soon, so we're gonna be able to see pictures of that. So there'll be a new version of this guy right here. Of course, Rune Mode's still ridiculous because it's Rune Mode. And then Burst Mode. I don't know if you're gonna play the old Burst Mode. It'll be interesting to see how that you play the deck once we get the new Burst Mode. And the new Shine Gray. They're both good cards. So yeah, good stuff. So yeah, keep an eye on Shine Greymon. Marcuses are cheap. So we did that in last market watch. So there's that. Valkyrie Mon's powerful card used against a lot of decks. Can be used in a lot of decks. So this card's continued to kind of hold that kind of high 38 or high 30s to $40 mark for a long time. You see last sold here is over $40 and pretty much at $40. A lot of copies, so I don't think it'll move the needle that much, but it is definitely a very good card. So keep an eye on it. It's going to stay that way. You see the Diaboromon stuff had a dip right here. It was down at like 27, like basically $10 less. And that was right around beginning of July, and then it slowly climbed its way back up. It's kind of tapered off now. This is like your only expensive Diaboromon card because the rest of the stuff's going to be rares or lower, I think. So definitely, other than I think Clock of the End, it might be an uncommon. I can't remember. I was looking at it the other day, but I can't remember. If it's an uncommon, there'll be a pre-release version of it. If not, it'll just be a rare. But not necessarily people going to play Clock. Sorry, I say Clock of the End because that's the way originally they translated it. It's Doomsday Clock. But yeah, this card's kind of gone back up. I could see it. There's a lot of copies, so I think it'll stay around here for a while. So good time to sell, really, before the hype dies down, because I don't know if this card's going to be able to. The deck hasn't been topped competitively yet, to my knowledge. So it's one of those decks that people want it to be really good, but until it is really good, that's when the craziness will happen. We got Magnamon here, Magnamon X, sitting around $75, $80 really. It's come down a long way. It's still expensive, still really great value if you're selling them. If you pull these and you're selling them, you got a few copies at 75, and then you're back over 80, 85. You know, it goes up fast, and yeah, I think this will come down still more. I don't know if it'll come down more than $70 because it's such a good card. Until this card gets power creeped, I think it stays up at 70, 65. So great time to sell. And if you're buying, maybe hold out for someone who's willing to sell it to you for 65. Got the Magna Angemon. This card's actually come down quite a bit, and it's because with all the armor stuff in Yellow Vaccine with Magnamon and Rapidmon, this card is actually less important. You play less copies of it. You don't really care about it as much. So it's come down. You see $70 here, 85 last sold. It's under 100 finally. This is the low pull rate. You know, it took a long time for that to happen, but it's finally under $100. So if you like these, that you might want to think about picking up. We got some $70 copies in here, quite a bit actually, before it actually goes back up. So yeah. Sakuyamon Maid Mode, expensive, $30 card. I'm assuming you're gonna need this. It's Maid Mode, so I'm assuming you're gonna need to play this in combination with Sakuyamon, because the slide evolution for cheap and the abilities going off is just always super great. So I would say that this is a card you're gonna have to look for, but it's pricey, up at, you know, $32, and then yeah, a lot of copies, so that's not too bad. But I could see this going up a little bit more, so it might be time to put yours on the market once a few more sell. And then of course Rika, the original Rika, is $20 again. Not, you know, pretty good price. It's seen a jump probably here when people like found out about support for the deck, but tapered off, but it's holding at 20. So this is another great card that you might want to sell right now before any of that more hype dies down. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the Dex line, because I was excited for the Dex line. I don't know if any of the Dex line is going to be good with the new stuff here, but as you can see, most of it's pretty cheap. The regulars are pretty cheap. The alts, $7. Woo. And then the pre-release guys are actually pretty expensive. They're at $20 and $15. So that's not too bad. So if this stuff is going to be good, like, I don't know, I highly doubt the old Dex is going to be good, but if any of these guys are good, you have pre-release copies that you want to sell, now might be the time. Definitely now might be the time. But anyways, that is the market analysis, guys. Thank you guys for joining in. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you guys find this good knowledge, good value to you. As always, we try to do our best. We're gonna have some more videos here coming up soon because of the break, and actually I'm going camping again next week, but it's a short one, and we'll probably have enough stuff to cover the weekend. So, you know, we'll keep doing what we can, get as many videos as we can out, and we're gonna, you know, get into that BT17 pre-release soon. So there's gonna be a lot of good stuff, box openings, other stuff like that, and we're gonna have deck profiles coming out again coming August. Anyways, thank you for checking it out. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.